thinking about what's been going on over the past few weeks, and really what's been going on these past few days. And I tell you, monetization has done a lot to cripple many, starting with our community responses to things that are happening around us. Right? I sat back and I see how among our community, uh, these big sites, those that have large platforms, large channels, how the Kiki Palmer situation, is flooding the channels, how the Will Smith situation is flooding the channels. I'm seeing how uh, even with this the James Harden situation flooding the channel, a lot of things that are flooding the uh, YouTubers or content creators, and I tell you, monetization has done a lot to cripple uh, our people in terms of, speaking up. And what I mean by that, I posted a video a couple of days ago, actually yesterday, day before yesterday, actually, about the actor, the Jewish actor Michael Rapaport, who literally uh, claim to fame came off of pretty much the backs of our community. From his dad, some of you guys may, if you're from the New York, New Jersey area, remember the radio station 92 KTU. That was like the radio station for underground hip hop before hip hop got popular. That's where you had Super Rock and Mr. Magic. This is when the hip hop was still in its infant stage in terms of popularity. But if you're from that local area, Friday 92 KTU was the channel to listen to. Well, his father was part of the management. I think he was a disc jockey, if I remember correctly, at that time. But this guy made a history early on, being, really using our culture, our community, to really get to where he is and starting off, right? You'll see his first movie like Zebrahead, and some of the other movies that he's done. You'll see that even his mannerism, you'll see a lot of that uh, heavily connected to our community. But that aside, I remember 1 year ago when Kanye West, uh, you know, uh, made the news with the comments that he had made. We all know about that, right? Uh, but what many of you guys didn't know is that a year ago he did a series of videos, and those clips just so happened I recorded those clips, and I was going to do something on it, but then that's when I was getting into all kinds of craziness with YouTube, and so I just, my channel kept getting strikes and all kinds of stuff. Whole nother story. So I was about to walk away from YouTube with all the stuff that they were doing. So, but I put those video clips aside, but I saved those clips where he was mocking Kanye West having a mental issue in terms of mental breakdowns and all that. He was mocking him about electrical shock treatments. He was going, and you guys saw the clips, right? So, but it didn't stop there. Since this whole ordeal, the situation overseas, you know, sister situation overseas, um, occurred, with the whole thing that's happening over Israel, um, we see that he made a series of comments going at our community. Even though a lot of it was geared towards Kanye West, when you understand what he said a year ago, but ultimately our community. Now I'm going to say this to see the music cast. If you want to understand what black tar is, then you research black tar. I'm not going to define something that you can research. If you're really interested in wanting to know what that term is, then you do the research on black tar. Don't insult me. Don't insult this platform. If you really want to know what it means, you go look it up for yourself. If you really have a desire to know what black tar is. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just kick that person out. See, family, that's I have no tolerance for that. If that person really wanted to know what black tar is, look it up. You look it up. I'm not going to explain to you what black tar is. You look it up. You take the time out and you do your research. And then let's see if you bring that to the attention of the public about what he had said. So he went on a rant, a racist rant, and literally called all our community. In a nutshell, those that are not supporting the Israelis called us sick, uneducated, no, sick, dumb, uneducated, tar, blood. So any dark melanated person that is a descendant of slaves know what that means. But the sad thing about it is crickets from our community. Crickets from our community. You don't see none of these big platforms that had a lot to say about Kanye West a year ago. I'm talking about platforms from within our community. You don't see the Roland Martins. You don't see none of them. The same ones that called Kanye West names a year ago. Where are they now? Where are they now? See, this tells you just how deep the money goes. This tells you just how deep the money goes. It's all about money. It's all about monetization for your channels, getting your channels monetized to make money. It's all about likes and subscribers, but not about telling the truth. Not about this truth. Not about standing up for what is right. Where is Amari Stoudemire, who was calling out Black Lives Matter, but has nothing to say when the group down at the Israeli group down in Atlanta stated that the young blacks are a threat? Crickets. Where's the NAACP? Crickets. I know why the NAACP is not saying anything. Where's all these guys? Where's the same people? Where's the Tasha K's? Where's these people that have these large platforms? Where are they? How come they're not even commenting on that? That our children, the next generation, is a threat. Because I said it before, what you see happening overseas is going to come to our doorsteps here. Actually, it's already been at our doorsteps, but it's going to get worse. So you see the laws that not laws, but you see the things that are being promoted, being stirred up, that anyone that don't support this, support the Israelis, whether you don't support either or. If you say, hey, I don't support either or, which I don't support either or. I don't support either or. I don't support one side or the other. But if you do take a side, like some students in Harvard University had to learn, that you have these billionaire Ashkenazi Jewish owners, billionaires, trying to bully college students for executing their right to protest, to disagree. They weren't malicious with their disagreements. They just didn't agree with that group. But they'll blacklist you. Notice the term blacklist you, right? Come on, family. But you have this actor literally called our people dumb, sick, dumb, uneducated tar. And no one is saying anything. Look it up, family. Look it up. See if you can find anyone trying to talk about this. See if you can find anyone talking about this rant, especially from our community. Where's the what's his name? Umar Johnson. Where's the Umar Johnson? Where's the Tariq Nasheed? Or, excuse me if I mispronounced his name, no offense. But where are these guys? Where's the Sinettas, who got his channel that's all he does is basically rail against his own people now? Where are these people that's talking about black power? Where are they right now when someone literally calls our entire community sick, dumb, uneducated black tars? Where are they? See, family, take that video link and you go to these different people, content creators, and you post that link on it. You let your voice be known. This person should have a lot of heat on them because of what he said. Just like the heat was brought on Kanye West, guess what? Bring the heat on this person for what he said, the racial comments that he said about our community. But it's crickets, though. It's crickets. Absolutely. Keith Cunningham, I did see a small YouTuber speak on this last week. A small YouTuber. You saw one person outside it. Where the rest are? Where the large platforms? Where are they? This person, Michael Rapaport, we should be on fire about what he said. We should be bringing the same heat, just like what was brought to Kanye West, just like what was brought to Kyrie Irving, just like what was brought to Whoopi Goldberg. He should be under the same level of heat that was placed under those guys. But crickets. Family, monetization, getting these little checks from these social media sites has done a lot to our people. A lot to silence our people because they don't want to have their channels, not necessarily their channels taken down. They don't want to jeopardize the revenue that they're making. Because family, when you're getting those type of numbers, when you're getting 40 and 50,000 views per video, and sometimes it could be upwards to a couple of 100,000 views on these videos, it's very lucrative. Excuse me. You could get a nice looking check from that. When you're getting those high numbers and your channel is monetized, it could be very lucrative. And that's what's being used to silence so many of our people. because they're scared to say something now, because they don't want to have their site or channel demonetized. Not have the channel shut down. They don't want to have their channels demonetized. So yeah, they'll jump on what they think is the juicy stories, just like the media, right? They want to run with the Will Smith thing. They want to run with the Keke Palmer thing. They want to run with the Puff Daddy thing. They want to they want to run with these gossipy discussions, but they don't want to talk about this thing here. Roland Martin, he rolling. But you notice crickets on this situation right here that every last one of them should be speaking on, should be speaking against. Could bring the heat to about Stephen A. Smith, can bring the heat about Molly Curran, could bring the heat about what's her name? I can't think of her name. The NBA, I can't. Malika Andrews can bring the heat. But what about this guy who gave racist comments stating that we are dumb, well, sick, dumb, uneducated tar. Where is the smoke for this guy? Regardless of who he is, his background, it doesn't matter whether or not what ethnicity he is. The fact of the matter, he made a racist comment about our community, and there's silence right now. Why? Why? I'll say it again. No, it's not about, it's not about what color he is, what race he is, his ethnicity. It's not about that. It's about what he had said. It's about the comments that he put out there about our community. It's about those comments that group, that organization down in Georgia had to say about the young blacks, youth, being a threat to their agenda, being a threat to their community. Why? It says, starting with Black Lives Matter, in terms of using them as, going after them to help break, I guess, that threat. People can ride our backs. We can invite them to the cookout, but we don't have nothing to say when they get out of line. They can ride our culture. They can sound like us. They could talk like us. They could do everything to be part of our community, be part of our culture, to be accepted. But when they say something, crickets. It is what it is, family. Just like how Kyrie Irving, how they said to Kyrie Irving, you know what, Kyrie Irving, you need to go to the Holocaust Museum to learn about the Holocaust. Just like they said about Nick Cannon, hey, you need to go to the Holocaust Museum to learn about the Holocaust and all that. Someone put an intervention plan in place for that person. Have them go over to Castle Elmina over in Africa. Have them go to Ghana, go to Castle Elmina. Have them go to those slave dungeons. Have them go down to Savannah, Georgia, to those slave dungeons. Have them go to Charleston, South Carolina, the slave dungeons. Have them go to an intervention program to have them understand truly what happened to our people. Have them go to those things. Why not have them go through that? Why can't we rally together and say, hey, you need a plan of intervention for what you had said. So guess what? Now, just like Nick Cannon had to go through his thing that he had to do to be rehabilitated, why can't we come together with a voice to make people that disrespect us like that go through the same process? Anyway, family, I'm not going to hold you guys up. I just thought I'd do this video here real quick. See, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? It's interesting when you hear the comment, art imitates life. You know, he did a, movie, Higher Learning, and he played the extremist, the student who got caught into the Aryan Nation or whatever, got sucked into that group, right? Because he was having all kinds of social issues and, but he got sucked into that group. And before you know it, he started what? Putting out their racial comments. Remy started putting out racial comments and doing things, and to the point that, remember, he called Omar Epps, called him names, and remember the Jewish roommate, his Jewish roommate on the movie, he bullied and beat up and all kinds of stuff. Remember that? And then in the movie, he was a sniper. Art imitating life. And now we see him in the video clip that I uploaded making racial comments about our people. Art imitating life. But here it is, he's in a movie called Zebra, and there his love interest was a sister. And I was surprised when I learned a year ago, because I saw some of his videos about him being married to a sister. And to make comments like this, but then again, I'm not surprised. Do the research. When Donald Trump was elected president, there was a lot of mixed couples, married couples, that had issues. Why? Because oftentimes the Caucasian began to share the beliefs of Donald Trump and began to say racial comments to their spouse. Look it up. It happened more than what you can ever imagine. So here it is. He's married to his sister. Been married to her for a while. He's been let in terms of invited to the cookout. But when it's all said and done, it's about self-preservation. He just proved it, that when it's all said and done, it is about self-preservation. It's all about your community. And that's the thing that we are so terrible. We're failing to connect the dots and saying, hey, you know what? It's about, when it's all said and done, we have to protect our community. We have to protect our household. We have to be careful of the decisions that we make that can bring shame to our household, to our community. And that, come on, family. He's making it clear. And there's nothing wrong with self-preservation. Let me make that clear. He's making it clear. Man, self-preservation. There's nothing wrong with self-preservation. The problem is, we don't understand that, because our mindset of self-preservation, we have to bring everyone in. We don't feel comfortable with self-preservation because religion has taught us to graft others in. Religion has taught us to allow others to come and exploit us, because guess what? Love your enemies. That's what religion has done to us, while all along, even those that have been pushing religion, they're still preserving their culture. That's why you have what? St. Patrick's Day. Why do you have St. Patrick's Day in a religious system that's still preserving what? Their culture. Why do they call themselves Roman Catholics? Is still what? Preserving their culture, that Roman Greek culture, even with the religion. But when it comes to us, we've been programmed that Self-preservation is a bad thing. We've been programmed that self-preservation is evil. We've been taught that self-preservation, you know what, it's hate. You're not showing love. But yet, all the other communities, it's all about self-preservation. When it's all when push come to shove, self-preservation. And he just showed it. He just displayed that self-preservation. But he took it a step further to disrespect our entire community. See, whether you agree with Kyrie Irving or not, whether you agree with Kyrie Irving or not, whether you agree with Kanye West or not, but this person disrespected our entire community. We are doing exactly what the whole lynching process used to entail. When many of our brothers and sisters would be lynched, our people were so scared they closed their doors, they closed their windows. They know what's going on, and all they would do is just hope that they don't come knocking on their door, pulling someone out of their home to lynch. And that lynching process consisted of them raping and doing all kinds of viral things, to the person, which also had satanic rituals involved in it that included cannibalism, all kinds of ritualistic things that they were doing. But our people would shut the door and just hope that the stuff don't come to our doorstep. Come on, family. Come on, family. Come on, family. See, one thing I will give credit to this awakening, at least in this awakening, many of us are not scared to have these discussions. You don't see the Christian church having these discussions. You don't even see the Muslim groups having these discussions for the most part. You see this awakening where, for the most part, we're not scared to have these type of conversations. We're not scared to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to speak up and I'm going to speak the truth. We're not scared. Many within this awakening are not scared to speak up. Come on, family. How many people you see talking about it? How many people are talking about it? How many people are talking about it that have these large channels within our community? Again, who is talking about that racist rant that Michael Rapaport went on by calling us sick, dumb, uneducated tar blood. And guess what? Just to Sean Smith, in that video, I tagged Roland Martin. In that video, I tagged Umar Johnson, who his site is called King Kong Consciousness. I tagged Tariq Nasheed. Now I didn't tag Jason Whitlock, which I will do, but I tagged pretty much all that I could think of. O'Shea, I tagged all those guys up in there. Tasha K, I tagged all of them. The lead attorney, I tagged all of them up in there. Corey Holcomb, I tagged all of them up in there. Willie D, I tagged all of them up in there. Kwame Brown, I tagged as many as I can think inside the description of that boxing crickets. Anyway, family, I gotta go, but share that video. I don't care about money being made off. I don't care about if they demonetize the channel. I'm going to still speak this truth. Share that video. Go to those content creators and say, hey, how come you guys are not talking about this? How come you're not talking about blacks being a threat? Young black youth being a threat? How come you forward those videos over to them? We got to start speaking up, family, because guess what? Mobb Deep said it best. There's a war going on outside. No one is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever. In other words, That war is at your doorstep. Shout outs to my sister Shonda. Want to say shout outs to you. But family, let me get up out of here. I've been doing this a little longer than what I wanted to. I got a meeting I got to run to. I got to prepare for, and then get into in another 30 minutes. But nevertheless, family, got to go. Love you guys. But again, we got to start letting our voices be counted, family. We got to let our voices be counted. We have to talk about what's going on, family. We have to put pressure on these content channels, these YouTubers, these celebrities, and all these people that's quick to talk about again Will Smith, that's quick to talk about Jada Pickett, quick to talk about Chris Rock, quick to talk about all these different things, but they don't want to talk about this right here. Anyway, be blessed.